Hello everyone, I'm D-Mind, the mind of one and all, and welcome back to another episode of No One But You. So, in the last episode, we ended up going down Chinatsu. How? I don't know. We were supposed to go down Shiro's route, then we ended up with Alone, and then with Rio. And then we tried to go for Shiro's route again, and now we ended up with Chinatsu. I'm a terrible. I think my professional dating sim player should be revoked title. I mean, my title should be revoked. Yeah. Megumi finally left the classroom holding her own lunchbox in her hand. And along with Megumi, the stress and guilt eating at me died down, leaving only a painful reminder. I can't keep living like this. Oh yeah, we turned Megumi away in the last episode. Alright, this is it. Oh, you're going to the club. Why didn't you go to the club to begin with? I steadied myself as I stood in front of a small classroom, shoved right at the back of the old school building in which the club rooms reside. The sign on the door, discolored by age, clearly read Literature Club. Although I've only been here twice before, the experiences won't soon fade. Have we been here twice? Yeah, only twice. Then I wonder what happened if we did visit the club room the third time if we had the choice. When we had the choice. But in this playthrough we chose to go to the roof for Shiro. It was kind of surreal sitting by Chinatsu's side, listening as she verbally escorted me into another world. I can only hope that she's still willing to finish the story we started together. I paused as my hand neared the door, afraid to knock. My heart began pounding in my chest, my breathing hastened. This room, in which the person I so longed to see might be present, scared me. What am I doing? Why am I hesitating now? Ever since that incident, all I've thought about was seeing Chinatsu again, so why? Why am I hesitating now? There's no guarantee that Chinatsu will be in there. She might have skipped out on club activities for the day. Either way, I guess I'll never know unless I take a plunge and open the door. Excuse me, sorry for the intrusion. Softly muttering under my breath, I finally took the door handle in my hand. To my relief, the door swung open easily. It was unlocked. Does that mean Chinatsu is here after all? I looked around the room anxiously, searching for the sole member of the literature club. As I did, I took in the familiar sight of the open windows, the wooden floor and chairs, the books piled high, and Chinatsu. Sitting at the table, wielding a thick paperback in one hand, Chinatsu paid the book in front of her no mind. Instead, her eyes remained fixated, staring right at me. I should have expected as much. I did just come in here uninvited after all. She must be surprised. Is that why she's blushing? I took one awkward step into the literature club, and then another. Chinatsu isn't the only thick one blushing. I know I am too. Hey there, Chinatsu. I haven't seen you in a while, you know. How's it like being a ghost? Don't kill me, please. I know I've neglected you. Hideaki-kun. Chinatsu bowed her head. Alright, she seems kind enough so far, but you know, things can instantly... The mood can just change in the snap of a finger, you know? Just like that. Is she trying to hide her face from me? Maybe she thinks that will help obscure her blush. If she does, it's too late. I've already seen it. I'm sorry it's been so long since I last saw you, Hideaki. My parents took me away on a holiday, so, I didn't get a chance to see you. Really? So she was away on a holiday after all. What a relief. Contrary to my initial relief, it didn't take long for doubt to set in. It was a likely story, one I had mused myself, and far more comforting than if she simply didn't want to see me. But with her voice trembling so obviously, not to mention the rest of her body, I couldn't believe her. Still, I don't want to cross-examine her. I'm not a detective. This isn't a crime drama, and there's no dead body. Yes, there is a dead body right in front of you. It's here. It's here. Greeting Chinatsu with a string of questions would be a terrible way to reunite after all this time. That's alright. Your parents sound kind of impulsive, just like my mom. Although I resolved myself to not interrogate Chinatsu, even I noticed the tone of suspicion in my voice. What am I doing? Am I trying to push her away from me? Surely enough, my comment merited a look of further unease on Chinatsu's part. Her skin, tinted light pink only moments ago, turned so white that she looked ill. Look, Hideaki-kun, I just don't think that we should see each other anymore. I took a step backwards as though I had been struck. Ah yeah, so this is perhaps the bad ending, because we neglected you. Alright, so long as you don't drown us in the river or something equally as bad. I guess it's fine if you just get a sad ending. My chest hurt and I suddenly found it hard to breathe. What are you talking about? I'm not saying this to hurt you, but I don't think this will work. Our friendship? If you just wanted to be friends, then that would be alright, I suppose. Even if that would inevitably hurt you too. Chinatsu bit her lower lip. But that isn't all you want, is it? I mean, after you tried to hold my hand, so she did notice. I wasn't just being paranoid. After I tried to hold her hand, she really did start to avoid me. It's painful to think about, but at least that's one mystery solved. I just think that I'm wrong for you, Hideaki-kun. Liking me, loving me, you only become more and more unhappy. The scene unfolding before me felt unreal, like something from a TV drama. A young girl, softly spoken and mysterious, and a young boy desperately in love, together in the rundown literature club room after school. It's so cliche that I could laugh, if it didn't hurt so much. Chinatsu could have kicked me or spat on me, and it would probably hurt less than these vague, mysterious, incomprehensible words of warning. Would it kill her to be a little more precise? Considering she's dead, maybe. Well, let's put love aside for now. I mean, we're both in high school, it's too early to talk about things like that, right? So, can't we at least be friends? I don't know. It's complicated, Hideaki-kun. Really complicated. How complicated can it be? I don't understand. I don't think Chinatsu is a bad person, not by any stretch of the imagination. Even so, I'm beginning to think that she's playing mind games with me. It's obvious that there's something she wants to say, but for whatever reason she won't. Is it her parents? Maybe they're strict, and they don't want her hanging out with friends when she should be studying. Or maybe it's another commitment. Does she have a part-time job? No, if either one of those were the case, then why does she hang around the bridge in town so often? Did her circumstances change suddenly? A death in the family, perhaps? I know, I'm just grasping at straws here. It's all I can do, given that she hasn't told me exactly what is wrong. Even if it's complicated, can't you try to break it down for me a little? I can't. Why not? I just can't. Were it not for the pained look on her face, I might have thought Chinatsu was toying with my feelings. But with her brow furrowed and her teeth almost drawing blood from her lip, I don't think she can bleed cause she's a ghost. I knew that wasn't the case. It looks like she's trying to stop herself from saying something. Something she might regret later. What could it be? Look, Chinatsu, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I just want to know if I did anything or said anything. Well, you did neglect her, for sure. Which are we supposed to get the shoe something, but for some reason we're on yours. I want to know if there's anything I can do to fix this. Chinatsu winced as though I had just slapped her. I'm sorry, Hideaki-kun. You didn't do anything wrong, This is all my fault. I should have never spoken to you to begin with. I'm sorry for putting you through all this. It's all because I was so selfish. I should have known. It will work out this way. Why am I so stupid? Chinatsu's chest heaved, and her voice grew faint, as though she was gasping for air, drowning. Literally, because I think she drowned. That's why she was under the bridge. Hearing her pained voice, I felt the same discomfort. Guilt racked my mind, and her misery hurt me deeply. Even though she says I didn't do anything wrong, I can't help but feel like this is my fault. I'm the reason for that distorted expression on her face. I'm sure of it. If only I knew the reason why. Chinatsu, please tell me what's wrong. Chinatsu took a step backward, totally ignoring my request. Hideaki? Chinatsu said my name in a faint voice. Do you remember the little novel we used to read together? Alone Universe? Yeah, why bring it up now? We never had the time to finish the story together. Have you ever wondered what happens in the end? I'll be lying if I said I wasn't interested in knowing how it ends. Chinatsu picked up the novel that was on the table next to her. She looked at the cover for a few seconds, then her eyes were back on me. You see, the boy was left all alone in that cold cottage with no trace of anyone else. The boy grew really attached to the other three that he met in that cottage. There was 3 others in the cottage. They were the only people he knew in that vast empty world, but with a blink of an eye they all disappeared. The boy was really sad. He was devastated and didn't know how to cope with this feeling. He started blaming himself for their absence, saying that if it wasn't for him, they could have still been living happily in that cozy cottage right now. That's why he decided to continue his journey, his empty, endless journey all on his own. Even if he saw a sign of a living being, he would just avoid it. He thought to himself, if I don't meet new people, then I wouldn't get hurt again. And with that, he just kept walking endlessly, alone. Why did Chinatsu feel like telling me the end of the story now? Is it supposed to mean something? Yeah, and you forgot to miss space there, buddy. Did Chinatsu decide to read this story with me because she likes it, or is there some other reason? I mean, what is the moral of the story? Is it implying that being alone is a good thing? To distance yourself from others? To not meet new people because you're afraid to get attached to them and then lose them? The boy at the end wasn't happy. I just don't get it. Chinatsu. I took a step forward and reached out, but as my hand neared Chinatsu, I once again realized how clueless I was. Really, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Pat her on the shoulder? Would that look too distant? On the head? No, that would be too belittling. Then, would I dare hug her? Or would that just upset Chinatsu even more? I continued to internally debate the best course of action, wasting every moment until Chinatsu broke the silence. I thought you were gonna give me the choice. I'm sorry, Hideaki-kun, I have to go. And on that garbled note, Chinatsu rushed off. Chinatsu rose to her feet so quickly that she almost knocked the chair over, then raced out of the classroom like a whirlwind. Man, with agility like that, maybe she should think about joining the track team. I joked with myself in an attempt to ignore Chinatsu's desperate need to distance herself from me. But as I looked at my still outstretched arm and my trembling fingers, I knew it wouldn't be that easy. Useless, I'm so useless. I was standing right there between Chinatsu and the door, and yet I couldn't stop her. It does seem a little strange though. When Chinatsu scrambled to her feet, my fingers should have brushed her shoulders, or at least her long black hair. But it didn't, cause she's a ghost, she passed right through. And yet for some strange reason I didn't feel a thing. I shook my head trying to remove the scene from my mind. No, that's just silly. Yeah, the story pretty much just is canon at this point. It's pretty much saying, yeah, she's a ghost. I must be imagining things because I'm stressed out. Looking for something to take my mind off my own distress, I spotted something out of the corner of my eye. Just as I prepared to leave, an item sitting on the tabletop drew my attention. It was the book Chinatsu had been reading. Curious, I approached the book and picked it up. Ah, so it's Natsume Soseki, Koko. I studied this book before, back in my old school. Trust Chinatsu to read the Japanese classics for fun. I don't remember what happened in the book very well, but I do remember that it didn't have a happy ending. In fact, if I recall correctly, didn't the book end with the main character committed suicide? I found it, I thought. Given Chinatsu's gloomy disposition, this book seems perfectly suited to her. I just hope it doesn't give her any ideas. Unless it already happened, you know. Good morning, Aki-kun. How are you on this fine, beautiful morning? Megumi's voice, always several decibels higher than it should be, bore through my skull like a dentist drill. The split second I left my house to go to school, there was Megumi waiting on my doorstep like an abandoned puppy. And you didn't imagine the puppy ears on her this time again, too. As considerate as it is for Megumi to wait for me, I kinda agree with her summation. Fine, beautiful morning? Screw that, all I want to do right now is crawl upstairs and curl up in my bed. Though I guess it's a little late for that. Besides, I did say Megumi could walk with me to school this morning, and I don't want to go back on my word. I'm just a little tired. I'll survive. You're right, you do look sleepy. The bags under your eyes are huge. Thank you for pointing that out, Megumi. No problem. Is she making fun of me? Or did Megumi really miss the sarcasm there? Anyway, let's go. It'd be bad if the class rep herself was late to school. Without waiting for my input, Megumi grabbed my hand and dragged me along behind her. I tried to resist, but in the face of Megumi's unusually high spirits, I knew that there was no point. Jeez, what's gotten into Megumi? She's always energetic, but today she seemed to be in a better mood than usual. As I stared at our joined hands, another thought came to mind. Come to think of it, although I liken Megumi to a puppy and call her Hachiko, right now she's the one leading me around. Maybe this is a punishment for my wicked thoughts. I sigh internally, aware of the futility of resistance. Oh well, what's the harm? And then Chinatsu sees you holding hands with Megumi, and then she's like, how dare you? I thought you loved me and now you left me for another woman. And then she goes, yes. I'm still afraid of her. Even if seeing us like this gives people the wrong idea, I don't think anybody would really care except Chinatsu. Besides, the streets are relatively deserted, so it's not like... Oh, Hideaki-kun, are you going to school with your girlfriend? Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. A woman from my neighborhood greeted us as she stood proudly in her garden. Oh, I thought that was Chinatsu. And then I'm like, oh. She smiled happily at the two of us, showing no ill intent whatsoever. In return, Megumi waved enthusiastically, wearing a smile so bright it put the woman's sunflowers to shame. That's right, I'm Megumi and I'm Hideaki's girlfriend. Really? How nice. Okay, this has gone far enough. That... Oh! Megumi whimpered, using her free hand to nudge the top of her head. What was that for? Why did you hit me? Because you're giving people the wrong idea. If you say things like that, the neighbors will start gossiping. Oh, so you're not going out after all? No, we're not. Megumi is just teasing you. Eh? Megumi frowned as she puffed her cheeks out. But Hide, I am a girl and I am your friend. Well, that's true enough. So that means I'm your girlfriend, right? What kind of elementary school reasoning is this? We're not 6 years old anymore. A line like that might work when delivered by a childhood friend, but I've only known Megumi for a couple of months. It means that you are a female friend, not my girlfriend. That's the difference. If you say so. Megumi continued to pout. Oh well, we can't keep standing around here or we really will be late. Bye bye, miss. Goodbye, it was nice meeting you, Megumi-chan. Yes, you too. And don't worry, we'll be neighbors before you know it. Nope, not touching that one. Megumi walked along ahead of me, no longer holding my hand. Even so, she continued smiling, humming a tune under her breath. Even though I find Megumi's boundless enthusiasm a bit exhausting, I have to admit it's also rather impressive. She spoke to a complete stranger so easily, even seemed to get along with her despite exchanging only a handful of words. Although... Megumi, do you spend a lot of time with your grandparents? Oh yeah, I do. I love them a lot. And do they give you a big allowance every New Year's? Of course. They say I'm their darling little Gumi-chan. I knew it. Megumi's just popular with old people. They must all be deceived by her bright smiles and innocent charm. Megumi soon resumed her humming, having already moved past the scene from moments ago. Seriously, Megumi, you must be the polar opposite of Chinatsu. Chinatsu is quiet and reserved, polite to the point of awkwardness, content to read in silence for hours on end. Megumi, on the other hand, is fun and outgoing, easy to approach, friendly and boisterous, beyond compare. Really, I just can't understand how I can get along so well with two complete opposites like this. And beyond compare, I earlier had no spacing in between them. Don't think I'd ever noticed that. Although right now, I guess it would be a stretch to say Chinatsu and I get along. Well, at least when I'm with Megumi, I don't have to worry about that stuff. If nothing else, her company should help distract me from more depressing thoughts. In exchange for creepy encounters like from this morning, that is. Hey, Aki-kun? Megumi suddenly stopped humming and turned to face me. Her voice was more serious than before, she seemed unusually reserved as she spoke. What is it? I was just thinking, you've been acting a little strange lately. Is this where we're gonna find out that she died a long time ago? Chinatsu? Strange? What do you mean? Like, distant, I suppose. Never wanted to go out during the summer holiday and you didn't want to eat with me at school yesterday either. I told you that was because I got sunstroke. Megumi looked me up and down, placing a hand under her chin as though she was some kind of detective. All she's missing now is the pipe and deerstalker hat. You look alright now though. Although Megumi acts dense most of the time, sometimes I do wonder how much of that is an act. Her common sense only seems to kick in when it's to her benefit. Incidentally, it fades when I need it most. I feel better today. I made sure to have a cold shower last night. Well, I'm glad you feel better, but... You know, I saw you in town a few weeks ago. You did? Yeah, I was going to say hi, but I just bought some ice cream from the convenience store and I didn't want it to melt. Besides, you look kind of serious, so I thought maybe you wanted to be alone. You were standing by that bridge looking out over the water. So Megumi saw me when I was waiting for Chinatsu. This must have been during the last couple of miserable weeks of the summer holiday when I waited by that bridge for hours on end. I don't really want to bring about that now. It's depressing. There's something funny about you though, Hidekun. I was kind of worried. Funny? Yeah, I mean, you standing there alone and yet... Hey guys! Walking to school like a pair of lovebirds, I see. I heard a dull thud and felt a weight press against my back. Oh come on, we're about to find that out. I mean find out the truth and you... Damn you. I heard a dull thud, yeah. I blinked momentarily, winded, and turned around searching for my assailant. It's Rio. Attached to my back was Rio, acting as inappropriately clingy as ever. Yo! Don't yell yourself, you could have broken my spine. Yeah, well, I could have, but I didn't, so it's fine. Hey, what's the big idea? I was trying to have a serious conversation. You? Serious? That's a good one, Megumi. Don't be like that, I know I don't look very smart, but even I can be serious sometimes. I might have pink hair. You address that you have pink hair. Do you dye it or is it natural? But that doesn't mean I'm an idiot. Hey, calm down. I'm sorry if I interrupted anything, Megumi. I just wanted to talk to Hidi about the new Schoolgirls vs. Zombies game. Well, I suppose that's fine. Megumi sighed, unable to defend against Ryo's enthusiasm. Although she didn't say anything else, I got the sense that she was disappointed. Just what was she going to ask me, I wonder? I guess I'll never find out now. Oh, come on. We're gonna have to find out she's your ghost. Have to. And I don't know whether we got the subpar ending because we neglected Chinatsu. Time slowly passed me by and I saw no sign of Chinatsu. I stopped by the literature club only to find it locked and visited the bridge daily yet never managed to see her. After 1 week passed me by, a rather gloomy thought began to sprout inside my brain. Has Chinatsu stopped going to school altogether just to avoid me? If so, she must really hate me. It will make sense, depressing as it may be, and yet I can't quite bring myself to believe it. If Chinatsu hated me, then why did she allow me to grow so close to her? Why did she talk to me so often? And why did she look so upset the last time I saw her? Something isn't right here. It's not adding up. Unfortunately, since Chinatsu hadn't told me anything about her circumstances, I don't have all the information I needed. I could only trudge through my daily life, running through the motions, forever troubling myself with increasingly melodramatic what-if scenarios. No, I can't keep going on like this. I can't keep waiting for Chinatsu, hoping to catch a glimpse of her at school, or in her clubroom, or by the bridge in town. What if there's something seriously wrong with her? Maybe one of her parents just died, or she's contracted a deadly illness. If so, then I want to know. I said I was Chinatsu's friend, and as a friend, it's my duty to stand by his side during these difficult times. Knowing Chinatsu, she might not have anybody else to turn to. She might be alienating me out of fear that her concerns will only trouble me. But that's wrong. Friends need to rely on each other. That's what friends are for. The power of friendship! Yes. After my last class for the day ended, I found myself talking to the homeroom teacher. Excuse me, sensei? Our homeroom teacher sighed as he heard my voice. Okay, so we now know that our homeroom teacher is a man. This is the first time they acknowledge this. Also, I'm betting now we're gonna discover that Chinatsu is dead. We're gonna be like, have you ever heard of a student named Chinatsu? And he'd be like, Chinatsu, is she dead? And we're like, oh my god. I know I'm not the greatest student, but surely I didn't deserve that response. Yeah, we aced our last exams. Yes, Naito-san, what is it? Well, I was just wondering, do you know a student called Misaki? Chinatsu Misaki. Chinatsu Misaki? Yep, he's gonna be like, isn't he dead? Is she dead? Sensei repeated the question in his typical low, drawn-out manner. No, I don't think I know of a student by that name. Oh no, he's gonna not know. Are you absolutely sure? Sensei nodded, and this time it was my turn to sigh. What was I expecting? Sensei doesn't know the names of all of the students in his own class, let alone the students in other classes. Oh, that's kind of bad. I mean, the homeroom teacher should at least know all the students in his class. Alright, Sensei, thank you for your time. No problem. Have a good evening, Naito-san. And if you're looking for somebody, you should go to the staff room and ask there. The other teachers might know more. Got it. Thanks, Sensei. On that note, I walked out of the classroom, trying not to let my obvious disappointment show. It was foolish of me to think I could find Chinatsu so quickly. It wouldn't be easier if I knew which class Chinatsu... It would be easier if I knew which class Chinatsu was in, so I could ask her home teacher directly, but I don't. That is, yet again, an important detail I don't know about Chinatsu. Still, Sensei's advice was sound. I guess his trip to the staff room couldn't hurt. This is where we're gonna find out she's dead. How did... It was evening earlier, the sun was setting, and how is it bright now? Or is it the next day? As optimistic as I was half an hour ago, so half an hour ago it looks like it was sunset, and now it's bright as day. What? Okay, my search proved to be in vain. Of the 5 teachers who were present in the staff room, none of them knew a Chinatsu Misaki. They never even heard of her. There were other Misakis, and there were girls with similar names, but no trace of Chinatsu. Maybe she liked her name. She lied about her name. This really is perplexing. I understand 1 or 2 teachers not knowing the name of a student, but 5? Heck, if we include my homeroom teacher, then that would make 6. And not one of them has ever heard of her. Something isn't adding up here. As quiet as she is, I can't believe that Chinatsu really goes so unnoticed. We could ask about the club, the literature club. As I began to think about giving up for the day, I heard footsteps approach it from behind. Aki-kun, you're still here? Megumi? Okay, this is where we're gonna find out. Megumi will tell us now. Finally, maybe? I turned to face Megumi, surprised to find her still on campus. What are you still doing here? Did you forget? I'm the class rep. Besides, I had to stay behind for a student council meeting. Oh, was it interesting? About as interesting as watching paint dry. Really, all of these meetings are so silly. We have them every single week, but nothing ever gets done. It's so the school looks progressive and forward-thinking, allowing the students to make changes and important decisions. Maybe on paper, but it never works out like that in reality. You sound unusually bitter. I'm just tired. I've got a lot of work to do. It certainly is true that Megumi seems more mellow than usual. If she really were a puppy, I imagine her ears would be drooping. Yep, there's the ears earlier. Anyway, that's besides the point. Now you know what I'm doing here, but what are you doing here, Hidi? You weren't trying to sneak into the girls' changing rooms, were you? No, of course not. Why would I do that? Especially this late in the day, when all of the girls in the sports clubs would have gone home already. I know, I'm a girl, so I can understand you boys. Maybe for the thrill of it. I'm kind of hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Megumi. Huh? But you're always talking about that weird game you play with Rio. What was it called? Schoolgirls vs. Monsters? It's Schoolgirls vs. Zombies, and Rio's the one who's obsessed with it, not me. Well, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not a bit interested in it. For the story, of course. Keep telling yourself that, Hideaki, you eventually believe it. Really though, how did a girl like Megumi wind up on the student council anyway? Giving someone like her that much power, is it because she's popular? That's how class representatives usually get chosen. Actually, that little piece of information might be just what I need. Say Megumi, you're pretty popular, right? I like to think so. I did get voted in as the class rep after all. So she realizes that it's just a popularity contest, huh? Of course, she might have gotten the job simply because nobody else wanted to do it. So you're familiar with this school, right? You know a lot of the students here? Sure, probably more than our homeroom teacher. I should hope so. Yep, now you're gonna ask her. Why are you asking anyway, Aki-kun? Are you looking for somebody? Yeah, you could say that. It's not a girl, is it? Surely you would ask your girlfriend to help you chase skirts. There's no correct way to respond to that, is there? No, it's not like that. I mean, she is a girl, but I'm not trying to chase skirts. Oh, I see. Well, I suppose I can help out then. What's your name? Chinatsu Misaki, do you know her? Chinatsu Misaki? The name does ring a bell, but I don't think a student with that name goes to our school. But she has to. I saw her wearing our school uniform. Maybe she was a cosplayer? You can buy our uniform online really cheap. Really? I don't know about that. That seems a little odd. I can't imagine the graceful, elegant Chinatsu doing something that bizarre. It doesn't add up. Okay, she doesn't remember. We're gonna have to find out eventually. Besides, if that were the case, why would I have seen her at school? How would she have joined the literary club? Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I did know a Chinatsu Misaki. You did? Are you sure? Yeah, I think we went to the same elementary school. She was a quiet girl with black hair. She didn't say much, so I never really spoke to her. A quiet girl with black hair? That sure sounds like Chinatsu. I could feel my cheeks lift into a smile as I spoke. It seems like Chinatsu was much the same, even when she was a kid. I don't know if she goes to this school though. In fact, her family moved away if I recall correctly. They moved? Yeah, I think there was some sort of accident or something. It was a long time ago and I wasn't really close to Chinatsu, so I don't remember much about it. Of course. Well, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. Do you know anything else, like where she used to live? Like I said, I wasn't close to her, so I don't know. Megumi frowned. I could see that she was straining herself to remember. I think she lived by that bridge in town. If you go there and ask around, you might find something. Sorry if that wasn't very helpful, Aki-kun. No, it's fine. You were a lot more helpful than you think, Megumi. In fact, I'm so relieved that I feel like yelling for joy. Finally, I've proof that Chinatsu Misaki really does exist. As a ghost. Honestly, how did I not think to ask around about her? She's always hanging out by that bridge. Someone must know who she is. Right, I'm going to go now. I'll see you later, Megumi. Ah, yes, see you, Hidi-kun. I turned around and began to run, desperate to begin following my new lead. Finally, after weeks of agonizing, I have a clue about the elusive Chinatsu Misaki. I don't know how she's managed to keep such a low profile, but mark my words, I will find you, Chinatsu. But I think this is a good place to end it. So, now we're gonna be going after Chinatsu. I hope this isn't a bad ending. Like, if a subpar ending is fine, I guess, but if it's a bad ending, like, we're gonna die. I mean, she's a ghost. She's a freaking ghost. So, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at DMindGaming if you have enjoyed. And I hope to see you again in the next episode.